Hello guys, Tune here back again. I'm going to try a live review of Battle Garegga on the PS4. This is an arcade game. Before I start this review, I'm not going to claim to know everything about this game because pretty much this probably is the most complicated shooter in existence. There's so many different gameplay types to this and so many different nuances to it. I don't know them all. I know some of it. I'm not particularly great at it, but I'll have a couple of goes of it and I'll try and explain everything. This game came out, it was developed by Raisin, and it came out in the arcades in 1996, and it got a conversion to the Saturn 2 years later in 88. The Saturn version was the only conversion of this game until M2 picked it up, which a division of Sega, which M2 pretty much do the best emulated games out there. They picked it up under the name Shot Triggers, and they converted it to the PS4. It has got a release on the Xbox One as well. I think it came out in the US, but I haven't seen it on the UK stores, unfortunately. When this game came out in Japan, it's not cheap. It's about 38 quid to buy, but it is a pretty fantastic game. So, right, what am I going to say about this game? This is where it gets complicated. In this game you get 4 ships, as you can see there, plus there is 4 additional ships which you can unlock in the menus, which are unlocked in the arcade. You can play this game like a normal shoot 'em up. But the game does have rank, and what I mean by rank is each time you collect a weapon power-up, each time you collect a bomb fragment, each time I think you pick up medals, each time you pick up a medal, it could be some enemies you kill, the rank goes up, and what that means is the game gets harder and harder. A lot of people think that this game gets so difficult that you could just rank up without even trying, and it's unplayable. It's not. It's very hard to get your rank up to 100%. I've never done it. But it can easily jump up into the 30s and 40s, which then the game gets very difficult indeed. You've got medals in this game as well, so basically if you shoot an enemy and it'll drop a medal. If you collect that medal and keep collecting every medal that drops, the medals suddenly go up in value, and you can max them out, and you get, I can't remember how much it is, I think it's like 5,000 points, I think it is. I could be completely wrong on that mind, but you get quite a high point value then for these medals, and that's one of the ways of scoring in this game. There's lots of stuff on enemy ships, there's lots of stuff in the background that can be blown up using your bombs to get more medals, and there's hidden stuff all over the place in this game. What else can I say about this game? I've credit fed this game and finished it, but I've never finished it on one credit. It is extremely difficult. On this conversion as well, you basically, all the menus are in Japanese unless you've got the English version of this game. But there are, if you go on shmups.com, you can, on the forum there's guides basically to the menu systems on this, as you'll see as you flick through the menus. And so basically, here we go. There's different settings you can do in the game. The gadget setting is the stuff that appears on the side, which is, it looks complicated, but it's useful because it tells you the rank level. It tells you bosses timeout after a certain amount of time, so you can destroy parts of the bosses off and just keep them there and basically just keep scoring points on them right to the last minute. There's different screen setups. I'm using scanlines, so hopefully this comes up pretty decent in this. You can do your standard controller setup, and there's loads of different game options you can get in there as well. So we'll go back. You can do quick saves, so you can basically keep practicing quick saves to quick loads. There is a ranking viewer as well, which we'll have a quick look at that. That will show you the best ranked players in the world and where you're ranked on the game. Like, a best ranked player there is like 200 million points. That's a crazy amount of points. You can see where I am, which is nowhere near that. Is right there at 2.2 million. So like I said, compared to the score, the way they score in this game as well, it's nuts. The other thing you've got in here, which makes this really interesting, is there's a couple of different versions. You've got the original arcade version. You've got a super easy version, which I've never really played, but you know, if you're not so good at shmups, it's a nice option to have. And there's a premium version. With the premium version, morning mate, how's it going? With the premium version, it's I can see it. Oh, it's definitely a nice day for it. With the premium version, it's got it is easier, but there's a way of getting into a high rank mode, which you can do high scoring. I have no idea how to get in that high rank mode. It's difficult. The other thing you got is different soundtracks as well, which is quite nice. You've got basically the original arcade soundtrack, you've got the Saturn Arrange soundtrack, and you've got a remix soundtrack, it's a bit dancey, I suppose. And you've got a perfect version of soundtrack, which is the arcade mode soundtrack redone, which is the mode that I like the best, to be honest. Right, yeah. So if I return to the game, let's check some credits in this beast, and we'll try and explain as I go along. So there's your original 4 ships, and here's your other ships. These are ones from Mahou Daisukusen. I don't know if that ship's in Mahou Daisukusen, I think it is. So we're going to go gain. The other thing you've got on here is, if I can find the button that does it, you've got your shots. Actually, we'll start that again. You can change the point value on your shots on the auto fire. The higher the auto fire, the better, I suppose, really. But a lot of arcade machines in Japan will have different buttons set up on them. Like I played this in and there was a couple of different buttons on it. So you had one for 15 shots a second, one for 30 shots a second, and just the normal shot button. So we'll restart this. So I'll use gain. So I put the shot value up to 30. It does make it easier to kill all these little bomb. The other thing is, when you actually kill enemies in this game on the floor, you get little bomb fragments. As you see in the bottom left, I got a big bomb. That would trigger pretty massive explosion on the screen, but each of those little bomb fragments you can collect them and use a sort of less powered bomb, basically. So I may die quite a bit in this game because this game is solid. The other thing with the rank in this game, when you actually do die in this game, the rank goes down. So the whole idea in this game is basically you get the rank up, you sort of take parts off enemies and that, and you suicide a lot, basically, to keep the rank down when it gets crazy. There's lots of different places that you can do that in this game, but you see some of the high level players on there, and it's like strategies you can do to this game. A lot of people say don't collect all the power-ups, which normally I wouldn't, but on the first level I'm going to end up suiciding at some point anyway, so it doesn't matter. So you can move these options around in different positions, as you can see there. But the idea is you want to take this boss apart in sections. The reason you do that is because you can hold points on it. And I just died because I'm silly. So I want to basically, the gun turret's here, that's not a good idea. I want to destroy these, I want to destroy these engine parts in the top, and then if I take out one of the guns, it's not the ideal way of doing it, but basically what you can do now, you can basically dodge that gun, stay here and hold points for as long as possible. As you see, there's a timer, it's got 40 seconds left on the timer, so you can stay here and keep shooting this boss. There is a propeller at the top, and I gotta be honest, I've never successfully destroyed that propeller without dying, so I'm just not even gonna bother going for it. So I'm gonna stay here shooting this thing until about, I don't know, maybe 8 seconds on the clock. And now I'll destroy that gun turret and hopefully destroy this boss pretty quick. Right, here we go. That's it. Not a great score, you can score a lot more. There's a nice secret on this level which you can score really high. So basically I want to, when you die as well, you get half your bomb fragments back as well, so you can boost your bombs up a little bit. So I'm going to purposely kill myself here. See if this actually works out. And I didn't want to do that. The reason I didn't want to do that is if you bomb there, you release these birds. And if you can get 1,000,000 points, you can get an extend, which I've got over there. Cool. Every 1,000,000 points you get an extend. If you're high scoring on this game, those 1,000,000 points come up quite a bit. Like I say, I'm not great at doing that mine, so... I say, when you pick up... I'm not sure how many bomb fragments it is. Nope. I don't know how many bomb fragments it is. I don't know how many bomb fragments. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how many bomb fragments it is on this, but before you get a main bomb, but you got to pick up quite a few. So I want to try and find my way to the boss and at least have a full bomb when I get there. So I'm going to probably end up dying on this boss, but if you go up here, drag it across there, drag it back across there. So the other thing I haven't explained in this is the medals, which I'm picking up now. You've got to score really high in this game, you've got to pick up the medals as well. And that is difficult to do when everything is going on. And what you may have noticed as well, the bullets in this game are really difficult to see. That's my one sort of thing about this game, is the bullets can be very difficult to see. So you could bomb this boss, but I want to try and take him out. I am going to bomb him because I'm going to end up dying of it. Yeah. What is with bosses on this game as well? Where your continue level is, I think it's roughly about there where the press start is. Anything above there doesn't actually hurt the bosses. It's basically like an invincibility sort of level. So to bomb the bosses to get maximum effect, you want to get them down below that level. Like I said, this game is extremely complicated, and I really don't know everything about it. So we'll have another go at it. Thing about this game as well, you will keep coming back to it as well. Finding myself getting a bit addicted to it, to be honest. I'm going to use gain again. So I'll have a couple of goes of it, because it's very hard to get any decent way through this game and do the scoring and everything all at the same time. There's probably a lot of other stuff I've missed out about this game. There's loads, each boss in this game has got different ways of basically maximising it for score. I don't know how it all sort of works, to be honest, but if you look at some of the high level replays of this game, it's pretty amazing what they do to the bosses. It doesn't give me a side yet. It's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? As you see now, because I'm collecting all the medals are actually getting bigger. Strange, it didn't give me... Actually, I'm going to start that again, because it didn't give me any of the side weapons. And to be honest, I need them for the boss. It's unusual, that is the first time I've gone for that. I didn't actually get a side weapon at all. If you manage to collect all them, you get a full bomb. It's very difficult to get everything on that stage. There is like a precise order you've got to do it in to get them all. Yeah, that's my sight pod, that's what I want. Keep collecting those medals. See, sneaky bullets in this game. Especially with all the things flying off the enemies as well, and all the little particles flying off it, or the shrapnel and stuff. It does make it difficult. There is an option in this mind to actually change the bullet colour, so it does make them a lot more obvious. I haven't used much because I want to try and stick to it best to the arcade original as possible. So I'm going to try and pick this boss apart like I normally do. Right, that's the one side done. Take these ones apart bit by bit as well. Take these side things off. Right, here we go. See, this thing's quite easy to dodge. So you try and maximise as many points as possible. There is a specific order, I think, that you can take this boss apart for the maximum points. Like, time's getting down to 13 seconds now, so I'll leave it a little bit more. And now we're going to go for it. Alright, here we go. Not too bad, not fantastic. So what I want to do is I want to purposely suicide here to get an extra bomb fragment. I've got... Didn't quite want to suicide that much mine, but good luck, I'll get an extra life for you. So you bomb there, and then you slap another one there. There's my million points for an extra life. A lot of people, there's a clever way to do it where you can actually bomb, and just before you get a million points, you suicide, so you've got no lives left, and you instantly get your life back and a shed load of points. I haven't managed to perfect that yet. So if I can get to the 3rd level, possibly, I can show some other stuff on level 3 then. Like I say, I'm not very good at this game. The premium mode is definitely easier. The rank doesn't go up as much on the premium mode. You can see my rank in the top right hand corner, that little graph. That's the rank. So it's only on 4 at the moment, so it's quite low to be honest. That's because I've suicided and the rank has gone down. I didn't want to do that. It was me being very silly, and this means I'm probably not going to do this boss, because this boss is really difficult to do. I am going to bomb it. I'm not very good at dealing with that attack. Right, he's dead. So, if you bomb by here, on this level, there's loads of these little medals underneath the entire section of this. The problem is when you bomb and collecting, you are normally getting hit. They do aim on you pretty well. There's another one there as well. That's the first little secret on here. Yeah, I just missed a medal. So it's very difficult to dodge all this, pick the stuff up and get the medals as well. This is the point where you probably want to stop collecting a lot of weapons, because then that's raising your rank. So we'll give it one more go. Just trying to see if I've missed anything else on this. I can see. Just have a quick read of the gameplay thing on wiki, just to missed anything. That's another thing. The less lives you've got at the time when you die, the more your rank decreases. That's another trick they use. That's why a lot of people who are very good at this will play with almost no life, maybe a life or no lives at all, because it drops the rank down way down. I tell you what we'll do is just show you some of the other modes. If I change the mode, so if I go, and this other mode is easier, so I'll probably get a bit further on this. So if I change it to the premium mode, and I'll change it to the, let's have the remix soundtrack. So I've been playing this game quite a lot since I bought it. It came out, was it last year? It was either the beginning of last year or the Christmas before. It might have been the Christmas before, actually. So let's put some credits in here. I'll go gain again. So this mode is definitely easier. The rank stays down quite a bit. And the ship fires a lot faster as well. Just trying to get my auto fire set quite nice. I don't know if I like the instrument they use here in this bit. It sounds like a yazoo. Right. Now I'm playing terrible. Let's try and play a bit better. So you want to try and pick up as many of these bomb fragments as possible. You can see my rank is already up to 15. Which is still reasonably low, I suppose. That's because the more power-ups I'm collecting, the higher the rank is going up. I say in this mode though, I think it does top out of 15 and stays there. Can I do this without dying? I normally can. You're surprised at how difficult that is to actually dodge. When I first played this, I couldn't dodge that fire at all. Right, let's get these side ones off. Try and get as much score as possible off this. My score's a bit crap at the moment, actually. Right, I want to get in there now and destroy it. I got my lives back anyway. I've actually got into the scoring mode as well. On this version, when you get into the scoring mode, you get to this bit straight away. I think I've got into the scoring mode. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what triggers it. After a while as well, some of the medals will automatically fly towards your ship. As you can see, this is a lot easier already. Underneath those barrel things with it is another load of points. I think the medals, if there's two on screen and you miss one of them, I don't think it'll drop the medal value. I think the medals stay at the same value, but then if you miss another one, then it'll drop straight away. It's a bit tricky. You got to shoot these turrets off the air, and if you want to get as much score as possible, which I find tricky to do, basically these big plane things for you, you've got to try and take as much as this stuff off these planes. You can use your bombs to do it because you get quite a lot of bombs, and shoot the sides of this tank going up there, and then you won't kill the tank. You'll just keep hogging points off it. Like I said, I do find that difficult to do, mind. Hence, I'm trying to do it and I get hit. Yeah, I've blown up now. So I'm not going to go that far. Ooh, that was close. So I think I do prefer the original soundtrack, to be honest with you. This soundtrack's not bad, mate, but I think the original soundtrack is nicer. Got no lives here, which is not good. I got a couple of bombs also. I think I'm going to bomb this boss. You can circle around that attack. Try not to take any chances. Damn. Dead. Right, I think will I continue? Yeah, I think I'll continue the ones just to show you a bit further into the game. I was almost killed it as well. I've got some bombs, so I should be able to get some nice points here actually off those secret birds. The birds are in quite a few of the racing games as well. Right, if we bomb by here, get the birds up, set another bomb up there, and I'll bomb again. You see, the guy who actually made this game made some pretty cool shooters, and one of the, I think it was one of the programmers went on to make be the designer of Ibarra. I think Cave employed him and said, look, want us to, you know, make us battle Garegga. Ibarra, it's got some very, well, it's an extremely tricky game, Ibarra. I like it, but it's super hard, but that's got loads of nuances to it as well. Like this, very similar sort of bullets and stuff with the pattern. Well, the patterns are different, but the actual bullets themselves are very similar looking, and the ideas, it is sort of like a sequel to this game. Even though they did sort of make a sequel to this game and they called it Battle Back Raid, which is another game I like a lot as well. So Battle Back Raid is a really cool game. It's a bit more fast paced than this, but that has a lot of tricky stuff to it as well. Keep getting those medals for high points. So the good thing in this is the rank won't rise. Well, it will, but only so far. Dodge that. I like it when it does that attack. Bullets are so hard to dodge. You want to take that out to ring off if you can. Without killing the inner ring, because you can bomb the inner ring then. So it's not going too well. So as you can see, compared to the original arcade mode, this mode is a lot easier. There's loads of secrets on this level as well. Loads of things to blow up. Like you can blow those tanks up there as well. Or a bomb. Got loads of bomb fragments off them, so you can do it again. These pipes over here you can blow up as well. Shit. Almost died. Use these bombs to get as much points as possible and blow up as many things as possible for the extra points. Close, haven't I? I don't think I'm going to get out of that. I am. So one of the major hang-ups of this game is getting your head around the actual bullets and looking at them. So when there's a lot of stuff going on, those bullets are very difficult to see. I know I said that a few times, but it takes a lot of getting used to. Alright, here we go then. Let's see if I can do this boss without dying. Then again, if I die, I'll drop the rank down quite a bit because it's maxed out at 30 at the moment. Then second form. This form can be milked for points, but I'm not quite sure how to do it. You can take off parts of it and milk it quite a lot for points. I think it's something to do with only killing one side. Getting that bomb. No, I'm not sure how to do it. This mode I tend to get to this level and that's it. This level gets very tricky. There's names for all the bosses in this game as well. I don't know the names, and Blackheart is one of them. I'm not sure if you see him on this level, but there are names for everything in this game. See, the rank has gone up quite a bit because I haven't died for a while. But in this mode, the premium mode, it does keep the rank down quite a bit unless you get in that high scoring mode, which I'm not sure how to do. Because normally, if I was playing the normal mode now and collecting all these bomb fragments, collecting all the weapons, collecting all the medals, my rank would be getting stupidly high at them, and then this game would be a lot harder than it is now. A lot of shoot-maps use rank, but you don't tend to see it. But in this game, it's quite important. Hence why people who actually finish this game suicide a hell of a lot. I'm not going to suicide. I'm going to try and stay alive as long as possible. My bomb stock is rather high as well. There's, if you look this game up on YouTube, there's, I think it's a guy, it could be a woman actually, called Kumi. And I think that she's pretty much got the world record on this game. Her replays are amazing. Milks this game for almost every point possible. And they're definitely worth looking up on YouTube. Trickety dodge. That was tricky. Do not like dodging that one. I tried to do the bomb trick again. This review has gone on for quite a bit, but it's interesting. You can see quite a bit of the game, hopefully. So maybe I should just play this mode for a bit and get really good at this mode, but I keep jumping back onto the arcade mode, which is solid. Use those bomb fragments as much as possible. That was close. I think this is Black Heart coming up. Don't know this boss's pattern's very good. Ooh. Oh, damn, should have moved out of the way then. Not going too well. That was smooth. I think I'm quite a lot of extra lives here. I've got the hang of the moving. My medals are still quite high. Took my concentration out because I was trying to go for the other medal. That's me out. So anyway guys, that's Battle Garegga. It is a pretty fantastic game. It's not really for... It's for the shmup hardcore people, to be honest. Like, it's not really a casual game of shmup. There's so much to this game, it makes this game really daunting to play, but I love it. I'm trying to get better at it, which I'm not particularly very good at it, but I'm trying to sort of watch replays and learn the sort of scoring and stuff in this game. But so if I was going to review it, I would give it 9.5 out of 10, but I'm going to give it 9 because the one thing it does let this game down is the bullets. They are very difficult to see. That's the only thing I can say bad about this game, but you can, with this version anyway, you can change the bullet colour. Plus the Saturn version, I'm pretty sure it's got a highlighted bullet mode as well, which is quite cool. I say the Saturn version was the only conversion of this game until M2 converted it to the PS4 and the Xbox One, and hopefully they'll do it to the PC one day, and hopefully they'll actually bring it out here in the UK, because as far as I'm aware, it's only out in Japan and the US at the moment, which is, I just don't know why they don't release this. Criminal, really, but there you go. But M2 have got a couple of... They have got a couple of other games as well. They've got Mahou Daisukusen, which is really good as well. That's the latest one they released. Plus they did SOS. I can't remember the name of it now. Yeah, I don't know. This cave game shooter. I can't remember the name of it now offhand for some reason. But anyway, their next game coming up is Ketsui. Which I can't wait for that, because that was converted to the 360 and the PS3, but the PS3 one is region free. For the 360 one is locked to Japan region, and that's it. So you need a Japanese 360 to play it. It is getting expensive, but the conversion is decent. But it's not like they tarted it up. They literally just put the ROM on the disc, and basically off you go. But Ketsui is a pretty amazing game. Incredibly hard cave game. It's really difficult. I have been playing it at Arcade Club lately when I've been going up there, and I have worked out the scoring on it, and once you know the scoring, it's very hard not to keep trying to score high on it, which then screws you up because you can't get very far in the game. But that's coming up. I don't know when. I think they did show it. They did take it to Hay in Akihabara for a test for a while. I think that's the only footage they've shown of it. There isn't a release date of it, but hopefully it'll get released soon, and I will be picking that up straight away. But yeah, say Battle Garegga, or Battle Garage, or Battle Gregory, whichever you want to call it. I give it 9 out of 10. I say I would have gone for a 9.5, but the fact that the bullets are very hard to see does knock it down a bit, but I don't want to knock it down that much because it is a pretty fantastic game. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. It has gone on for quite a while, but hopefully I've given the game justice. I've probably missed out a lot of things to do with this game. Like I said, I'm no expert on it, and I don't know every little nuance to this game, but I've got a reasonable understanding of how it works. So hopefully you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll catch you next time. So